Hello and welcome to a dumbbell pull day routine. My name is Eric. I'm a certified personal trainer and welcome to this video. In this workout, it's a pull day workout, meaning we're gonna be hitting our back, we're gonna hit our biceps, we're also gonna be hitting our shoulders throughout this routine. Now to do this workout, what you're gonna need is a set of dumbbells, ideally a set of adjustable dumbbells. The first half of this routine, I'm gonna be working out with them at about a 40-pound, 45-pound weight setting. And then the second half, I'm gonna be changing up a little bit. You're also gonna need an adjustable bench for this routine. We're gonna be lying down, kind of facing the ground facing down on the bench here for part of this workout. And also we're gonna be doing some seated bicep curls to finish this thing out. So there's gonna be previews of the lifts and everything as we go. I'd really encourage you to print out this free PDF linked in the description. It takes all the guesswork out of this routine. And then also you can come back to this routine multiple times, note what you did before, work on raising those numbers up. Now, before we get into the workout, we are gonna have a 4-minute warm-up that's gonna be counted down by this clock here. We're gonna get loose, we're gonna get stretched out, and then we're gonna get into the workout. So hope you join me for the workout, and I'll see you right back. All right, let's get this thing started. You can do a little jogging in place or high knees, body weight squats, jumping jacks, whatever you wanna do to get your body warm. Normally, I like to jog in place. Going with some high knees today. I actually have a sprained ankle at the moment. So if you see me moving around a little slow, that's what's going on. I'm actually running a marathon in under a month. So I really need this thing to heal up because I'm not feeling the best about it at the moment. But enough about me, let's check out today's lift. So doing a pull day routine today, and we're gonna start things off with a dumbbell row. We're gonna be doing one side at a time for this. From there, we're gonna move into a shoulder shrug. After those shoulder shrugs, we're going back to our rows. We're gonna do a chest supported row. From there, we're gonna go into one set. We're gonna keep the bench at the exact same position, but drop the weight substantially, going into a Y raise. And then we have a side lying dumbbell raise. This is kind of a newer lift for me. I found it recently, really like this exercise for our shoulders. And we're gonna finish things off with a seated bicep curl. So that's the plan. We're gonna take this warm up down a bit here, and we're just gonna go into our stretch, starting out with some head rotations, some full head spins, just going in one direction. All right, let's change directions. Couple full spins. And then we'll be taking it into a torso twist. However you want to do these, hands together or spread out. Just loosen up the back and your core here. Couple more seconds. And then we're gonna move into some arm circles. So for these arms outstretched, I'm gonna start out making little baby circles that are gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, full circles at this point. Now I'm gonna change directions, start out with those full circles. And then we're gonna start bringing them inwards here. Nice. Okay, so butterfly shoulders. I don't know what to call these. Hands on your head here, and we're gonna have our elbows outstretched. Then bring your elbows together in front of you, kind of flap here. And we're really trying to loosen up our upper back and our shoulders here. Just a couple more seconds of this. Let's do 2 more. There's 1 and 2. Okay, YTW is up next. So for a Y, you're reaching up nice and high. Get a full extension, then bring your hands together, then out wide into a T, all the way out. Stretch it good together. And then a W, get a nice squeeze in your back. And together. Now all we got to do, let's just keep repeating this. Y up high, together, T, together, and a W, together. Y, T, and W. Okay, one more of each of these. Get that full stretch on. And here we are, 20 seconds left. This is your time to do whatever you need to do. Maybe that might mean some finger pulls, loosen up your forearms, or that might mean some arm swings, maybe an arm pull. This is your time here. So as this timer ticks down, again, we're gonna be starting out with a dumbbell row. I'm gonna be using 40 pounds to get things started here. And we're gonna start getting in position. So here we go with a 40-pound dumbbell. And I kind of like starting out just a little bit light, and then I'm gonna up it by 5 or 10 pounds as we go through this. Now we're gonna have a short rest interval after this first set because we're just gonna be switching around going to the other side. One hand on the bench. I like having this leg back. You can also have it to the side. And then we're gonna take this dumbbell and we're gonna bring it up and kind of back towards our hip a little bit as well. So we're gonna start here, get a nice stretch, bring it up, hold it for a second, and then slowly lower. That's 1. 2. So again, you're pulling this back towards your hips as well. That's 3. It's not just going straight up. 4. 5. 6. Get a nice stretch as you lower the weight. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, so we're spinning around. Again, we have that short rest interval here, just going to the other side. And we're just repeating here. Again, up towards the hips a bit. That's 2. 3. 4. Again, lower that all the way down, get a nice stretch. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, a little bit longer rest interval here. Not the full minute though. So during this minute here, I want you to adjust the weight if you need to. I'm gonna up my weight a little bit here. And also, if you got time, let's write it down. Okay, so I bumped mine up 45 here, and we're just gonna be starting out as soon as this clock hits 0. Okay, let's get in position, hands on the dumbbell. Up and back, that's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, spin around, other side. I'm going to try slowing it down just a little bit. I went a little fast there. Here we go. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Nice. Okay. One more set of those coming up. And if you're feeling good and got all 10 in, I'd encourage you to bump up the weight a little bit more. And that's what I'm going to do here as well. I'm going up to 45 now. Or I'm going up to 50. All right. Now my notes tell me last time I did this at 45, barely got 10 reps in, but I'm feeling good today. Hope you are too. One more set of this. Let's get in position. Here we go. 1. 2. Nice slow reps. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, and 10. Nice. All right, last set of these rows coming up. Then we're gonna have a longer break after this. Okay, here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale on the way up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. Okay. Shoulder shrugs are coming up next. Now for shrugs, I like keeping the weight pretty close to what I had. I'm going to drop it a little bit here. I'm going to go back down to 40 pounds. And we're going to be doing it with both dumbbells this time here. So let's get our weight ready to go. Okay, so for shoulder shrugs, what I used to do is I just have the weight dangling at my sides here and then shrug up. I've recently found if you have the weight a little bit off your shoulders, it's gonna help really add some more difficulty to it. Okay, so we're gonna have the weight at our sides and bring those shoulders up towards your ears, hold it for a second, and then lower it back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I think we got about 50 seconds of rest after each one of these. I need it. I've been talking too much. So I'm going to keep my weight setting the exact same here at that 40 pounds. Again, I'm trying to keep the weight a little bit off my sides here, and that's going to help kind of with the broadening of the shoulders and kind of hit the side delts a little bit more. Now let's, we're down to 5 seconds. Let's start getting in position here again. Hold those dumbbells out a little bit, raise it up. That's 1, 2. You can exhale on the way up. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we got one more set of this, and then we're gonna go into a chest supported row. I'm gonna start actually setting up my bench for that a little bit right now. I'm gonna have it basically at about a 30-degree angle here, and then we'll be resting up against that in just a moment here. But first we got one more set of these shoulder shrugs. All right, 10 seconds to go. All right, let's get in the starting position. Here we go, raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll have a minute of rest after this. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, chest supported row up next. Take a breather though. Now while we're doing this, let's first talk about what we're in, like our starting position here. So you would think you would want to be like seated here and then lean forward for this. I'm actually not going to be seated. I'm going to be leaning up against the bench all the way here. And I'm going to grab the dumbbells in kind of a natural or neutral grip here. So I'm going to be holding them like this, and I'm trying to keep basically like a straight posture all the way through to the ground. And I like have my head over the bench here. If you want to be facing it, that's up to you. And I'm going to just grab these again in that neutral grip, and then maybe pulling these up towards my chest, holding it for a second, and then lowering down. Okay, I hope you're with me here. Starting out in 3, 2, and 1. Raise it up, hold, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, as you pull up, kind of bring the weights in alignment with your body. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, what I mean by that, in the alignment with your body, you're starting with the weight here that's running, parallel to the ground. As you bring the weight up kind of at this angle or 30-degree angle. Try to get that position at the end of the rep. Okay, y'all, 10 seconds. Let's get in position. Hands on the weights. Pull them up, and that's 1. And as you lower, get a nice stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more of those. I'm actually going to drop the weight just a little bit here. I know my form is going bad. And I want to get 10 nice and clean reps here. Okay, we got about 5 seconds. Let's get in position. Here we go. Let's make this count. Row it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice. Y raises are up next here. And for this lift, trust me, you're gonna want to drop this down to 10 pounds if this is your first time doing it. And if you can't do it with 10 pounds, I'm gonna show you an alternate lift here. So we're gonna keep our bench in the same position here. And we're gonna grab these two handles. And what we wanna do is, we're gonna be lying on our bench, really similar to how we were before here. And we're gonna take these handles and we're gonna spread them out wide and up in front of us and hold it for a second. Now, if you're struggling with that, with the 10 pounds on both hands, you can grab one and pull it out in front of you like this. Okay, here we go. Raise it up. That's 1. 2, try to hold it frozen out in front of you for a second. 3. 4. 5. 6. We only got one set of this. Make it count. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Awesome work. All right, so moving to a lying shoulder, I guess it's a lying shoulder raise, that's what it's called. We're gonna bring the bench back to a flat position here. Now that last lift was a really great functional movement that's great for mobility rather than like trying to build like a big, you know, meaty back and shoulders. This lift is really gonna be for hitting the sides of your shoulders, again, trying to broaden them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna be lying on the bench here. I know this seems a little weird. I'm gonna have one arm on the ground and then the other arm, I'm gonna grab this dumbbell. And you can do whatever you want that gets you stable as possible with these feet. And we're basically just gonna be rotating this here from kind of a low position here up to the high position, and then that's gonna be just 1 rep. And we're gonna take it nice and slow, and we're gonna flip sides, just like we did with those dumbbell rows. So here we go, we're gonna get a nice stretch here, raise it up, and then back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have a little bit of a bend at your elbow here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay, spin around, just hitting the other side. Very short rest interval. I want you back in position here. Here we go. Raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, a little bit longer rest interval, not too long though. Now, if at the 10-pound weights, if you could not get that, I hope you're still with me. I intended to show kind of an alternate lift here, and that would be to just take this weight out wide here from kind of a kneeling position, just out wide. So you can do that if you're really struggling with that first set there. Now we've got one more set on each side, and we're almost done. We got those curls after that, and then we're calling it a day. All right, 5 seconds. I want you in position. Ready to go. Get this nice stretch again and raise up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are a killer even at that lightweight. 8, 9, and 10. Yes, all right. Last set, other side. Here we go. Raise it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, seated bicep curls up next. I'm gonna be changing the weight up a little bit here. I think I'm gonna go to 20 pounds of resistance. Now, we're gonna be doing a dual curl, so curling up on both sides at the same time. I'm also gonna put my bench in almost an upright position. This is probably about an 80-degree angle here, maybe 75, I don't know. And we're gonna, again, add a little bit of weight here. And we're just gonna be doing a nice bicep curl. We got 3 sets of this from the seated position. Now, you might be like, whoa, I can do way more weight than that normally. You know, if I'm just doing a couple random curls, you know, and without doing a dedicated workout, I might be doing 35 pounds or so. But we've been burning out our back and our biceps so far, and we're just gonna crush it here with some isolation work here. So don't be ashamed of going low. I want you completing all 10. And we're gonna be starting here, just a natural curl here. So leaning up against the backrest, and then we're gonna curl up and lower it down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 2 more sets to go. All right, 20 more seconds before we get into that next rep. Ten seconds. Let's get those weights up on our thighs here. Get ready to go in 5 seconds. Starting position, curl it up. Nice and slow, lowering. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These should be getting tough now. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, one more set to go. Now, as this ticks down, just want to remind you to make sure you like the video at the end of this. You know, you've made it this far into the routine, doesn't cost you a thing. I'm just trying to produce professional quality routines here and make this as simple as possible for you at home trying to, just get into better shape or follow a workout regimen. Taking hopefully all the guesswork out of this stuff. Just simple follow-along workout routines. So that, like, subscribe, and also if you comment after completing a video, something I just launched on the channel here is I have this thing that's called the leaderboard. If you comment with a hashtag in it, it's going to put you up on the leaderboard, and kind of you can track your progress and see how you're doing relative to other people, that are following along too. So check that out. I'd very much appreciate it if you hit that like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And we got one more set to go here. And lean it back, curl it up. Let's crush this final thing. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, awesome job on finishing this routine out. As always, I want you to be good to yourself, be proud of yourself for finishing, be good to others, and thank you for watching.